let's just go. Might as well start the way we should start. Oh. Had a lot of thoughts for you this morning. First of all, it's a kind of a low ceiling. I'm 6'2". Figured I'd get started with some stretching this morning. Because I kind of joke about it. I think it's okay to joke in life. I think it's okay to laugh and think things are silly and be funny. But even if you're kind of starting, things like stretching, because they're funny, or because you kind of can joke about it, or because you're kind of making fun of whatever, or teasing, or kidding, or being silly. The key is doing it, and doing it with making a habit of it. And because no matter what your intention, if you're doing it and it becomes a habit and it becomes part of who you are or what your show is, like for me, this was a coffee show, and started realizing that stretching at the beginning of the show felt really good. And now every morning before I push live, I wonder, should I start with some stretching? And I figure, why not? So why not? A couple of these while I'm still standing, then I'm going to go to the ground. And it's kind of funny. Again, I just kind of do whatever I want on this, because whatever I want in the morning is getting my mood in a better place and getting my emotions in a better place. And I've realized how I can do it. And I've realized what didn't work for most of my life. And I'd rather do what works and what feels good. What puts my mind in a positive place as I'm waking up. Because I woke up this morning and my mind wasn't in a positive place. And I realized, might as well just keep going for a little bit. Maybe our minds aren't intended to start. Maybe it's crazy, silly thoughts. Maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's stress, maybe it's worry, maybe it's fear, maybe it's some mental disorder. Or maybe we all do it. And maybe we do it to various degrees and various levels and various severities. But I bet a lot of us wake up with worry and fear and crap, what do I got to get done today? And all sorts of negative thoughts. And I caught myself doing it this morning. And I realized probably had done it. I mean, I knew I had done it most of my life. Oh, these feel so good. Oh, these feel so good. It's almost like crossing your leg over your body and just twisting. If you're lucky, you got a crack. So as I woke this morning with the usual negative feelings, I'm going to do a happy baby, or I think they call it happy baby or dead bug pose in yoga, where you grab your feet and you kind of lay on your back, and I'm not sure what it does, but I don't know. makes me smile. Oh, there we go. So I'd recommend that tomorrow morning, if you wake up with, I don't know, negative thoughts or thoughts of fear or worry or fret, catch yourself doing it and realize you're doing it. And understand that you can turn those thoughts around. We've all heard the expression, happiness is a choice. And I don't know, as a guy that struggled with feeling happy and mental health and depression and anxiety at times in his life, I'm not sure that I always liked happiness was a choice. Like, I wasn't intentionally choosing to be worried or fearful or sad or angry or what have you. But I'd say there's ways to find happiness and find peace and find calm, and so you can create it and you can make it and you can do it and you can get your mind in the right frame. Because if you're not aware of what's happening in your mind and what's going on, between the ears, your thoughts and your day can run off in yucky directions. And you don't want your thoughts and your day running off in yucky directions. It feels so much better waking up, realizing that I'm worried or fearful or depressed or sad or angry or irritated or whatever, catching myself and doing what I know works to turn my spirits and my feelings and my thoughts around. And I was able to do it this morning. And again, I woke up a little earlier than I would have liked. That's why I'm getting started a little earlier. And was hoping to get a little more sleep, and started thinking about a stressful ride home I had on my scooter last night right as a thunderstorm came through, and how afraid I was. And I was going, crap, what if it rains today? Or what if I get thunderstorms on my trip? Or what if this, or what if that, or what if this? And my mind started going and feeling yucky, and I was starting off wrong. And I go, wait a minute. I'm laying in bed. The window's cracked. The birds are chirping. I see the sun rising. Took a deep breath and said, thank you, Lord. And then started rattling off things I was thankful for. And started feeling a little better, and I laid in bed a little longer. Was still kind of hoping to drift off to sleep, and I didn't. And then after laying there for a couple minutes, I go, let's go. And I had some enthusiasm. I got up, I made the bed, I went to the washroom. I decided I was gonna wear these clothes before some of those other decisions, and do my show down in my buddy's basement this morning, just because I hadn't been here. And I thought I'd mix it up. And I said, hey, should I do my stretching? Should I do my show? And I started wondering and worrying. I'm going, why the heck not? Stretching feels good. It's good for the body. It's good for the mind. It gives me some content on social media. And it's a good habit to be in. And I looked outside as my coffee was preparing and saw the grass and thought about 6 other things I was thankful for. And came down, pushed live, started stretching, and here I am with you. So good morning, good morning, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Wednesday morning, it's May 8th. It is 5:40 a.m. Happy Wednesday. Good morning to you, Chip. Good morning, Nick. Diamante. It's a little show I've been doing for a long time, and it is a show about me talking and it is a show about sharing some feelings and some thoughts and some ideas and some fears and some of life and some solutions I've come across to dealing with fears and dealing with anxieties and dealing with worries and dealing with highs and dealing with lows, or highs and lows, whatever, and learning to be okay. It's a story of a guy that's now 55 years old who lives in Naperville, Illinois, and who is, you're welcome, who's about to head out on a big journey out into the unknown. I feel like Lewis and Clark a little bit. I've thought of Lewis and Clark, the adventures that Thomas Jefferson assigned to discover the Northwest Passage. Took boats up the Columbia River and then out west and found the Pacific. It was scary, really scary to do it in 1804, which is, I think, when they did it. And, it's scary for me to do it in 2024. So, again, it's easy for me when I wake up to think about all the things I got to do and what a dreadful list I got to accomplish and a bunch of negative, yucky thoughts. But as soon as you realize you're doing it, it's easy to turn those thoughts around and thank the Lord or be in gratitude. And, I know that might sound cliche to somebody that's not doing it or not making a habit, or easier said than done, but it's really just as easy to do as to say. And wherever you are right now, I'm thankful for this couch I'm sitting on. I'm thankful for this water right here. I'm thankful for this piece of junk mail that I'm using to cover my coffee cup. In all the littlest things that you can be thankful for add up to a happy morning, a more optimistic self, a better state of being, and enjoying life a little bit more. And feels good. Well, Mortgage Zeus, I'm happy your daughter, I don't know how old your daughter, well, if she's home, she's enjoying my show. What do you do? Wake her up and say, hey, there's an old man I watch doing a coffee show every morning. I'm not old. I just like to joke about it. You guys don't go calling me old. Hello, Mortgage Zeus's daughter. You guys don't call me old, but I can make fun of myself. Oh, she's sleeping. Oh, well. Tell her I said hello. Planet Fitness joined. I got some people named Planet Fitness. They do a lot of, 224, I've seen them before. Do a lot of shows outside of the gym at Planet Fitness. I'm right on a seam. And I could find some reasons to be grateful for the seam in this couch. But that seems kind of silly, because if you can get it just a little more comfortable, you might as well. Right on the crack between two cushions. I'm thinking a little low. I'm a little neurotic. Maybe you should see me in a restaurant. Somebody's feeling old at 48. Todd is. Well, yeah. I tell you. The body starts, again, it's just you and a aging body, but the same feelings and the same, hopefully exuberance for life that you had as a kid, still exists in this body that's got a few more aches and pains and a little bit more wear and tear. Leaning my phone up against a baseball trophy, and it's a trophy where whatever it's called, the guy on it is in a baseball batting stance, and was having a hard time getting my phone just right, so it wouldn't wobble. That's probably too much information for you. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, this is not just a show about me talking and doing some stretching and talking about gratitude and feeling good and weather and everything else I might talk about. Getting through my first health crisis, understanding it was important to be present and grateful. Well, good for you, Mortgage Zeus. Says he is understanding how important it is to be present and grateful. Yeah, time's precious and life's precious. And too many years, I think that's why people as they age tend to seem happier generally, despite the aches and pains. We realize the gift that is life, and how if we let our thoughts run wild and let our emotions dictate our lives, I don't know, we're not going to live our best life. And as the time we have left is fleeting, I think the more we appreciate it and the more we celebrate it and the more we're grateful for it. So anyway, speaking of grateful, I'm super grateful about this, and I am excited about this hot cup of coffee I have in front of me. My hope is that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. The Midnight Blend, I believe, dark roast. Smiled when I chose it. I was looking, again, I'm staying at my buddy's for about a couple weeks while I'm getting ready to head off on this journey. And he has a Keurig coffee maker. And I was at Aldi the other day and buying some coffee cups or Keurig cups or whatever they're called, K-cups. And bought the other day I bought a box of hazelnut and then the Midnight Blend, which is a dark roast coffee. And smiled as I chose the Midnight Blend, the dark roast coffee this morning. But in the back of my mind, I was also thinking, I bet you hazelnut would be pretty good as well. So here's to my midnight coffee, and my second cup's going to be hazelnut. So cheers again. But it's Wednesday morning. How you guys doing? How you feeling? How'd you sleep? I slept pretty well. I got home. Again, it was a stressful ride home. I was at my ex-wife's house, and after we put the babies down to bed, we did a little work and helped. Started working on plans for my trip, and I'm going on a big trip to a job opportunity that I have. Kind of cross country, if you will. I'm heading out west, and just to make it fun and cool and exciting and a journey, I'm going to be riding my scooter, which is a Suzuki Bergman 400, which is a highway legal bike, but I'm not super brave or super valiant or a super rider, so I'm a little worried. And I think overcoming the fear and facing the fears is going to make it more fun, more cool, more memorable. And planning out stops along the way and planning out what I got to bring and how I'm going to bring it, because it's a scooter. And bought myself a top case for the back, which will, I think I chose like a 40-liter top case, if you will. This is maybe too specific. You guys might not care, but I'm going to tell you anyway. And which will hold some various things. And I got a storage compartment under the seat, but I'm going for several months, and it's, going to be a few-day trip. And I don't know what to pack, and I don't know what the weather's going to be like or what I need to bring or what have you. And I'm a little nervous, and I think about all the things that could go wrong, and I think that's instinctive in life. And it was self-preservation when we were, I don't know. You got to worry about getting stomped on by a mammoth when you live in a cave. And thank you, Nick. So your mind is trained to find things to be afraid of, to keep you around. But I think if you live your life in fear and you live your life in worry, it leads to a life of sadness and depression. And if you can get on the other side of fear, and I'm not saying do crazy things or take crazy risks, Um, but I'm excited about my trip. I am excited about my trip. Hello, RJ. Good morning. Drinking the dark roast. Somebody asked if I drink my coffee black. I do when I'm at home, uh, for a few different reasons. The main reason is I remember when I used to drink it with cream at home, and occasionally you'd run out of cream or you wouldn't have enough, and then it would bother you, and you'd go, crud, can't drink it black. What am I going to do? And now I've learned to appreciate it black. So at home I drink it black. Saves me that stress. It saves me a little bit of money, and it saves me a whole bunch of calories by dumping cream in my 3 cups of coffee I have every morning at home, which are all good things. And again, as I talked about at the beginning, RJ, I started doing my show again with some stretching. I'm down in the basement this morning, and I was debating, should I do stretching? Have I overplayed to start the show with stretching? Have I done yoga too much? But then I thought, who cares? It's good for me, and it's a good way to start my day and my morning, and realize that I think doing my show is a good habit and a good way for me to start my day and my morning. And I talked about it recently. If you can learn to pair habits, like for me, most of us probably shower every day, and I've worked out so often. At least half my showers happen at the Planet Fitness I belong to. And some days I realize, hey, I don't really need to work out today, but I might as well go showering at the gym. And before I shower, I might as well do some stretching or do some core work or do a little cardio or what have you. And I get a little workout in just because I knew I needed to shower. And although I'm kind of joking as I do it this morning, I kind of look at starting my day with coffee with Ken as an important start to my day. If I pair it with stretching or maybe doing some push-ups or maybe doing some meditation or some quiet time, because I know I'm going to be here for half an hour every morning, I might as well put 5 minutes of it towards working on myself and I don't know, get my body and my mind ready for the day. I was just sitting here filling up this water cup, and the fridge little water dispenser comes out kind of slow. And sometimes I find myself getting impatient or getting agitated as the water's trickling into the cup, going, boy, I wish it was faster. And I caught myself doing it this morning. Thinking those thoughts. And I go, hey, well, why don't we just take a few deep breaths and just breathe in and breathe out, and kind of use the 20 seconds or so that I was standing there filling up my cup as meditation, time for meditation. Next time we're waiting in line, instead of being agitated with the length of the line. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I've got it all figured out, because I still have these feelings of agitation and stress and frustration and worry and fear and all the negative thoughts. But I think with self-improvement, you don't end the negative thoughts, but you learn how to turn them around. And next time, if I catch myself being a little agitated that I'm at the grocery store and there's a line, you can practice patience and practice a quiet moment, or appreciate, I don't know, the smiling face of the cash register or cashier, or practice gratitude, or practice, you can use that time in a productive, positive way, instead of letting the negative thoughts run wild. You're going to leave your buddy a bad Yelp review. Slow water? No, I'm not. It's not a slow water dispenser. It's a meditative opportunity. Thank you for the meditative opportunity that you have on your fridge. But it is Wednesday morning, and I am excited about my day. And I am going to spend the day with my two beautiful babies and love on them and love on my dog and go for a walk and change some diapers and feed some yogurt and uh, enjoy my Wednesday just as much as I uh, can. And uh, just looking forward to it and seeing their smiling faces and their happy little everything they do. And I'm going to love on them as much as I can because, like I said, as far as life, we know life is fleeting. And the one hardest thing about my journey I'm going to be heading on is I'm going to be leaving my little babies for a little while. And I'm going to kiss them and hug them and cuddle them and tell them I love them. And appreciate the heck out of them today. Because again, with life, I know life is fleeting, and we realize that as we're aging. And you could get all bummed out about that and going, crud, I'm going to be 85 in 30 years. Or you can go, hey, I got 30 years to make a difference. And I'm pleased as heck that I've chosen the latter. And going to make as much of a difference as I can in my babies' lives and the lives of my viewers, hopefully. But it starts from within, and I'm going to have the best life I can over the next 30 years. And I'm going to do my best to put fear aside and to put worry aside and to put anxiety aside and to be okay with those negative feelings as they come into my mind and into my heart, but catch myself feeling that and catch myself struggling and catch myself in a bad moment. And first of all, be kind and not kick myself for feeling those thoughts, because those thoughts are going to come. And the kinder we are to ourselves as we're struggling with some issue, the easier it is to overcome that issue. And again, this morning I was waking up as I always do, and I had a bunch of negative thoughts, and I caught myself, and I heard the birds chirping and saw the sunrise and started thanking things, or being grateful for things, thanking the Lord for things, and starting my day. And again, you got to constantly remind yourself, because you can drift back into negativity. And again, I said it with the water cup. I was feeling the frustration waiting for the water. But then I calmed my brain and took a few deep breaths and realized I was practicing meditation. And it put a smile on my face. Good morning, Todd. I started early today. Eat anything good yesterday? RJ, no, I didn't eat. I mean, okay. After my workout, I I went to Target. I was buying a few things for my trip. Do you know what a DOP kit is? A DOP kit is it's like a toiletry bag, or a place you put your soap and your toothbrush and your shaver and what have you, your toiletries. But it's called a DOP kit. It was invented by like a German leather maker in the 1800s, DOPP. But anyway, I realized I'd been lugging around a DOP kit that had a broken zipper and that was fraying all over for a number of years. And that if it tipped over in my bag, things would spill out because the top zipper was ripped. And I go, I'm worth a trip to Target and a little investment in a new DOP kit, because, I'm okay with this ripped up, torn up DOP kit. But I bet you I'd smile a little bit more if the zipper worked and my toiletries stayed in the bag and didn't tumble all over every time the bag flipped on its head. And I went to Target yesterday and bought a new DOP kit, bought some Q-tips, bought some shaving cream because I was out of shaving cream and I've been using soap to shave with, and that's not quite the same. I don't know what they got in that shaving cream, but it works much better. By the way, I've got 2 or 3 days of stubble, which you can't see yet, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'll probably shave it. Might grow it out while I'm on my trip, at least on my ride. We don't know. But anyway, while I was at Target after my workout, I was kind of hungry. I realize how important protein is, especially if you're working out and especially if you're doing intermittent fasting. And I saw a video somewhere where the guy said you need like 150 grams of protein uh, every day. And I don't know if the typical person gets enough protein. And I don't know if this guy knew what he was talking about, but assuming he did, I think you got to be kind of purposeful and find ways to eat more protein. So I'm going through the grocery aisles. I came across some beef jerky, looked on the back and saw it had like, I don't know, the bag had like 30 grams of protein in it. It was 3 servings. But let me tell you, I finished it in one. And saw some granola on the wall and picked up a bag of that. Good morning, Jack Taylor. And that was my lunch. But I'll tell you what, your body knows when you're eating what you should, and you digest food better, and I don't know, there's less waste. I'll just leave it at that, and your tummy grumbles less. And I think over the last few days, a few days ago, I was hungry, so I bought one of those party-sized bags of M&Ms, and I ate it in the 2 or 3 day period. And I think I'm still working through the junk that I put into my body and getting it out, and looking forward to, honestly, eating a little healthy. There was a period there over the last few months, and it might not sound healthy, but I'd eat, I brought up caveman earlier, more like a caveman, and I'd eat, I'd get a pound of ground beef and I'd cook it up and I'd eat it, or I'd snack on it, or I'd have a bag of spinach leaves and I'd just take a handful and throw it in, and eat apples and fruit and non-processed foods. And I don't know, started feeling better and losing weight. And I don't know, it's good to feel better. It's good to feel better. Good morning, Anne-Marie. Should be sleeping. You've got a big day ahead of you. Some people don't like it if you say you got a big day. I mean it as a positive thing. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to go with this. I can't go anywhere well. But if you're trying to get people psyched up, not everybody gets psyched up the same way. And sometimes my enthusiasm can be a little hard to take. I don't doubt that. But I don't want to refrain from being who I am. And if I'm getting excited about a day or a picnic or a parade or an open house I might be hosting, and I'm telling my loved ones around me that we got a big day today because I'm excited and I'm enthused and I'm getting myself pumped up. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that, but I try my best to be who I am and not ruffle the feathers of those around me. But because of that, sometimes we take trips across the country and we leave our loved ones for various reasons. Yeah, sometimes we do that, but we do drink a little more coffee just the same. So anyway, I'm looking forward. Thank you, Mortgage Zeus. I'm looking forward to my Wednesday, and I'm excited about it. And I'm going to get myself another cup of coffee. Might sit on the floor and stretch out my hamstrings a little bit while I'm doing that. Going to edit some videos because, again, my social media platforms are growing every day, and it's kind of fun to watch. And I think life's a lot more fun if it is, or a lot more exciting when you kind of make a game of it and you don't look at it as drudgery, but you look at it as a game of Monopoly or a game of life or a game of risk in some cases. And there's a series of steps you got to do. You got to pass go and collect $200. And I'm looking forward to rolling the dice and playing the game and pass and go and going through my day. And as that happens, it's a dark roast. As that happens, we don't literally roll dice and we don't literally pass go or move our pieces around the board, but life's a lot like that. And for me, life's going to be pouring some more coffee, popping on my earphones, editing a video or two, posting it on social media, growing my audience, and getting ready for my day. And I hope you're getting ready for your day as well. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful night's sleep. I hope your week is going well. I hope you're enjoying your coffee, that you're feeling good, that you're loving yourself, that you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.